Welcome to Crafty Creations. Today we'll be making a rose bouquet wreath. No attention to the lines that are on the board. We're not. I was planning something out on here, and now, so don't pay any attention to those black lines. Okay. All right. So feature board is the rectangle board. When you go to purchase these boards on uniqueandcreek.com website, they come as a set, but I'm only using the one for today. Welcome, friends. So just the one. Okay, so to the mess. So I grabbed red heavy foiled mesh. We'll be needing 6 pieces of this cut at 20 inches. 6 pieces cut at 28 inches. Okay. I cut 18 pieces of this at 10 by 10. 18 pieces. I used the rotary cutter. I did not wood burn it because we do not need to, as the hidden edges will be, the edges will be hidden. So this is my demo. This is something I tried it at first before I could come show you. It's a little different again. So the green, the emerald green poly burlap, I cut 10 by 10 with a wood burning tool because we will be using the pin, the pointy petal. Some say Rita petal, so it has different names. So that's what we'll be using as leaves. And for the white foil, heavy foil, Deco mesh, we'll be using the lolly petal. So 18 pieces of these. I didn't pre-make most of them, so I left 3 for you. And so that's our rosebud for today. Okay, so but you will need clips for this. I forgot that. Clips, needle nose pliers, nippers, 1 pipe cleaner, and a zip tie for the bow. I will be adding a bow, of course. So that's my ribbon choices. 4-inch zip ties, I use the 6-inch zip ties I'll be using, and that's all our supplies and tools for this wreath. All right, so we have a 20-inch red Deco mesh right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put something heavy here, just so you guys will see what I did. Okay, here's where the clips come in. We need 4 clips. Okay, 4 clips. I saw this on Unique Wreath Creators by somebody that posted it, folding a rosebud this way, and I thought it was a good idea. So I did not come up with this idea. Kudos to the woman that did. I don't remember her name, but congratulations on finding a better way to, I think, to fold a rosebud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold the corners over here, right? You eyeball it. I'm gonna eyeball it. So I'll just put a clip on it. So if you happen to be here watching this with me, just let me know that you're the one that came up with this, and I'll give you credit for tell people that you're the one that came up with this idea. And I'm gonna do the same over here. Okay, put a clip on it, and all 4 corners is what I'm gonna be clipping. We don't need that now. So it don't matter if it's perfect or not, because we are gonna fold this. So that's how I'm folding that now. And I'm gonna take this and put it up here. But these ones up here, the manufactured edges, have to line up. Well, they don't really have to, but I'm gonna line them up. Okay, so that's what I did. So here I'm gonna clip these together. One could be enough. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this and clip it right there. Make sure I get both of them so it won't unravel on me here. Okay, so that's what we got. And now I'm gonna swing this around like that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll this over here. I'm gonna start here and roll it to the end. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna start this like that, where you think of the middle is, and now I'm just gonna roll this. Take off the clip, roll it. You see the bud forming, and continue rolling it, and roll it, and there we go. See, it looks funny. It looks funny, but what you can do is you can go in there and lift these up a little bit. See that? Lift them up. Make sure you can see the bud. You can probably get away with cutting this at 15 inches. I haven't tried it. I'm just trying it this way. And there's your bud. And I can clip that. It looks weird right now, but once we add our lolly petals, it'll look like a rose. So we're making a lolly petal with these 10 by 10s. And the way to make a lolly petal is I turn this curved side up and this way. And I'm gonna grab this and put it down, swing it around. And I'm gonna pinch at the 2.5 inch mark. Push these together. See that? And I'm gonna push this up. We're not making the lolly petal that looks like a spoon. We're making sure this is flat. See that? Making sure it's flat. And push this against this. Just like that. And I'm not using foreign zip ties here just yet. Just put that aside and we make a couple more. So there's your lolly petal. And a couple more just like that, and I'll show you how to wrap the bud. And push this against it. When I clip my lolly petal, I make sure those ends that I are clipped together. Okay, just like that. This petal, this rose petal now does not need to be perfect. Like I tried to make, in some of my videos, I tried to make perfect lolly petals, but here now for this one, it doesn't need to be. So. Okay, so there's 3 lolly petals. So why do I need 3 lolly petals? It's because you're gonna wrap the bud with 3 lolly petals, and after that you're gonna zip tie it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here. So, but first I need to add a zip tie. Grab my zip ties here. Need to add a zip tie. So I didn't measure this out, the bud, I mean. I didn't measure it out, what did I do? About 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches. So 5.5 is right here. And that's where I'm gonna add my zip tie. Just right here. It's just an inch up. So this way you'll know when you wrap your lolly petals around this bud. This way you'll know they're almost exact. exact size. Okay, and now we'll close that off and I'll clip the zip tie off now. Okay, so there's your you call your bud. Lost my words. And so we're gonna wrap the bud with these lolly petals. You could use you could put a 4-inch here, but that's not gonna look. It'll look different. So I'm just gonna wrap it. You don't have to be perfect again. And I'm gonna do the same thing right here. So it's almost like making a tulip petal. If you've seen my videos of the tulip petal. And you keep holding on to the folds because you don't want them to, you know, come out. Unfold. Okay, and we do that over this side. And there we're forming a rose. So not all the roses are gonna be the same. Not all roses are the same anyways. So, but so you just hold on to that, and you just adjust your petals the way you want it. And now you can add a zip tie. Okay, it's a little hard to add a zip tie while holding this. I don't know what, maybe a rubber band would help. Wrap around, put on a rubber band and then add a zip tie. I don't have a rubber band, like those bigger ones. Maybe that could help you hold it if your hands hurt. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my zip tie if I can. Okay, yes I can. And there we go. Oops. No. There we don't go. Don't worry about the petal moving around on you. You're gonna come back and readjust it before you close off your zip tie. So I'll leave it like that, and I'm gonna form these the way I want them. This will be good enough, and I'm just gonna close that off now. Really tight. So there's your rose. And I'm gonna cut that off and cut this off. Leave about an inch and cut it off. Oh my gosh, but that's so hard to cut. There we go. So there's our rose. It looks funky, but once we add it onto the board, it's gonna sit nicely. Probably sit it like this. So let's fold the corners. I should have looked for an elastic band. So when I wrap the bud, I make sure, you know, when you make a lolly petal, it seems to wanna look like that, right? Like a spoon. So the spoon part goes inside. Okay? Inside towards the bud. It's like making a rose on the big rose on the board, round board. It's almost like that. Keep wrapping stuff around. And you can add to make this bigger too, but I figure 3 petals of the lolly petal, 3 lolly petals is enough. And plus I can't hold anymore. I have small hands. And I could add zip ties on every, explained it in the beginning, every lolly petal. But that's a lot of zip ties to be zipping up inside here. It's already very scramped up and hard to handle, hard to hold. I want to add to it, so this is good. This is good right here. So you want to, if you're gonna give this a try, see what you like. Play with your, I did this with just scrap mess. Use your scrap mess first before you use your favorite mess, because see what you like first before you make petals. Like this is the one and only practice one I made, and it turned out nice. But these are okay. Maybe it's just the heavy foil mess. It's thicker. Maybe that's why it looks different than this one. See that? It's more. This is bigger than this. And this is just value mesh here. And I'm sure fabric mesh, if you like fabric mesh, will be nice and very soft on the hands as well. So. Okay, so we're done our roses. So I think we'll do a couple of these. I'll show you how I folded a couple of these Rita petals, or pointy petals, some call it. I'll show you how I folded those. This is poly burlap. I cut it with a wood burner, and what I did is I'm just gonna put the manufacturer's top and bottom, swoop it around like this into a diamond. Just gonna put this down to meet the corner down here. Okay, just like that. It's a triangle. So I'm just gonna scrunch from here to here. And see that? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my middle finger like this, my pointer here, my middle finger here. See that? And I'm just gonna put these together like so. Okay. And make sure the points meet if you're gonna be precise. But it's gonna be just a leaf, so I'm not gonna bother with trying to line everything up here. So, but you could. And I'm gonna add a zip tie about an inch up from the bottom of the petal. And why am I using 6 inches, you ask? I don't know, I grabbed the wrong zip tie. So that's your Rita petal. Okay, I'll do another one. There's our Rita petal. So let's grab our board, the rectangle board. And so this rectangle board is lettered from A to J. So every row is lettered, A, B, C, D, up to J, okay? So I think we will begin at the top, which is the A, and what I was thinking is I'm gonna add our Rita petal on top. Just like that. We'll add our Rita petals first, and then we'll do the placement of the roses. I thought what you could do is add you know those when you make flower, when you have flowers and those stems, the thicker ones, you could just stick one in there, and now you can maneuver your petal. Before you zip tie it, you can maneuver your petal around how you like it. Just a thought. Just a thought. Add that there. And I think I'll add 2 either side. 2 Rita petals. So that's row A, I added in the middle. And so B and C, row B and C, we'll add a zip tie this way. Just like that. And the other side, same thing, B and C. And there we go, leave it open. You can close it up if you want. And when, so, you guys seeing this okay? I hope so. So I'm gonna add this sort of slanted, sort of not this way, right? Sort of up, angled up, just like that. I'm making sure my zip tie is gonna be inside of this zip tie here. So angled up, okay? And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And you can start placing your roses how you want now. I think I'm gonna be adding this one in the middle, right here on B. And cut that off. These are 8-inch. Maybe 8-inch will be better. Let's see. But we can work with the 6-inch, but so you'll see what you like. So let's continue adding. Actually, no, let's add a green in the middle, right? Or here. No, we'll add a green. This is what I did. We'll add a green on row C in the middle. I'll show you. In the middle, row C. So that. So we'll add a green petal in there. So this way, you won't be able to see the zip tie right here, right in there, or there. And if we can still see the row, the zip ties there, we'll add something else. That's good. Okay, we'll cut that off. So we're breaking up the reds too when we add the petal in between. So next rose is, I think I'll set it on row D. So next rose, I'm using an 8-inch here now, an 8-inch zip tie. So I'll set this angled this way a little bit. Same thing I did with leaves. So I make sure this will be inside. The zip tie will be inside as well. So wait, we'll make these huge roses fit onto this one board. Okay. See, that's easy. Easy with the 8-inch. So you guys choose if you wanna. It works with the 6-inch. So we'll add another zip tie on row D. Just like that. So you see that? So here's our rose. Now we're putting another rose here on row D. Row E, leaves all across, 3 of them. Let's add the middle one first because we're gonna have to angle the other 2 to the side. Ooh, that's nice. All right, so our leaf. Ooh, I like that. So it's a lot thicker in here with this different folded leaves. Okay, there we go. And oh, I like that. Now let's add our leaves. Actually, I want to add my leaves on row. Let's see, which row is that? Row F. Row F. Leaves here. 2 of them, okay? And these ones will be angled out. Just like that. Again, it's your choice of how far you want your leaves to be angled out, as long as you're covering up the zip tie. That's what the main thing for this rose bouquet is. You try to cover up the mechanics. You can switch these around if you want. Like you can put that right there just to hide their zip ties. Okay, so one more. Okay. Alrighty. Keep missing the hole there. Oh, there we go. I'll cut that off. So we'll add a rose right there. I think we'll add it onto row G in the middle, like what we did with this one up here. row G, the middle 2 holes. Just like that. And we'll zip it up. That's pretty. I like that. That's how it's looking so far. Okay, so now, again, what did I do here? Okay, I added, I'm gonna add on 8 in the middle. I'm gonna add the same thing with what I did up here. I'm gonna add leaves. So to cover up these zip ties here. Red zip ties will probably work if you're gonna be doing this. Like same color zip ties of your roses. So that way you won't need to hide your mechanics. Okay. Cut that off because we'll be adding the last 2 roses on row. Let's add them because we need this part for our stalks. I'm gonna add the roses on row H. This where I just added the leaves. I'll be adding the roses side by side because we'll need this part for our stalks and our bow. Leave them open. I always do that. Any type of mess with poly burlap. This works nicely and different texture and all that. And so I'm angling the rose out this way. So I'll lift it up here when it's done. So I'm just making sure the head of the zip tie is inside of this zip tie. It doesn't matter if you have all your, as you can see, I'm not having all my zip tie go inside of the one I just zipped up. As long as the head is in there, because that's the stopper. So that rose is angled out. And that's that. I'm gonna do the same thing with this last one here now. Alrighty, so the last 3 of actually still have 4 of these. I didn't know how many I'd need. So, but I think I'm gonna add 1 on either side here. So that's how that's looking so far. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we'll be adding stalks down here now. stocks. It's easy to make a stock. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna roll from corner to corner. Just roll it up. You don't have to be perfect. Just like that. And you clip it. And you do that. I do that 5 more times. So, because I'm going to be adding to each here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 of these per zip tie. You decide how big you want your stocks. You could just, but I like them long because we'll be adding a bow, and the tails are probably going to be long anyway. So I'll just add where they're, where the little, this flap part is, that's where I'm adding the stalks here. Like, I think I explained really well the step-by-step of the letters that I used throughout when I added the zip ties. So let's make a bow. So we'll add it right there. So a quick little bow. So what I chose for the bow is this. I had these open, so it's Rose's ribbon with the scalloped edge and the red glitter 1.5 inch ribbon, 2.5. So I think I'll do just a 10-inch tail. I don't know if I'll have enough of this ribbon for what kind of, but I'll try. Throw that on the floor. It's clean floor. I cleaned it yesterday. Okay, so I think we'll do 5-inch loop. 5-inch loop. Alrighty. I love this ribbon. I've had this ribbon for a long time. I have this in blue, the blue. This is my last one like this, and if I ever find one somewhere, I think I'm gonna buy like 6 rolls or something. So I love them. I've used this in quite a few projects, and I've had a 1.5-inch one like this. Used it up. Pretty ribbon. So 10-inch loop. Tail, I mean. So quiet down here. It wasn't quite this quiet when I came on. Okay, 4-inch tails, 2 either side. So let's add that on here. Putting our bow in the middle on row, what is it, J? Row J. I gotta stand up to see if my bow is sitting right. Oh, we're not done. We need our hanger. So I'm gonna add my hanger right in the middle. There's a leaf in there already. Oh. Okay, turn this around so you guys can see what I'm doing. So that's where my hanger is. And here's the bow. I smooshed it again. Squashed it, smooshed it. Cut that off and stick it back into the holes.